Hello, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on what I do when I edit some of my photos. So I'm starting with this image. It's mainly really to show Barbara, to show where I make a bit more of a dramatic sky. So the picture was taken last April. It was taken late in the afternoon, there, April 2016, late in the afternoon. It's a bit of a nothing picture, but I'm going to make it a bit more dramatic. Get rid of that because we don't need it. So what I'm going to do is actually start with changing the temperature of the picture. So on my panel on the left hand side, if I go to basic and you've got a white balance, a little white balance adjustment. At the moment it's as shot, but I'm going to reduce it to, actually what's on auto? I'm going to reduce it right down to about 3,700, so make it a bit bluer, a bit more evening-y. Doesn't have to be that precise. You can actually physically type in the figures. That's what I want. I want to also decrease the exposure, so whereas it was taken at 160th of a second at f7.1, if I decrease the exposure one stop by -1, it's the equivalent of like bringing that down to like f8, or instead of 160th of a second, 180th of a second. I want to do it for even more than that. I want to bring it down to about 2 and make it as if it's an evening picture. It's 1.85. It doesn't have to be spot on, but. And as I say, you can just type it in if you can't get to it, and that's a plus or a minus. Helps if I can tell the difference between a plus and a minus. The next one's a cow picture. There, so -2. So it's as if it's gone down, it's late evening. That's what I want. Quite dark and stormy. What I want to do though is lighten this part of the picture though, so some light coming through the clouds. And I'm going to do that by using the radial filter. So if I click on radial filter, what I've got as a preset, well you can have lots of settings. If I click on radial filter effect, it will, if I go to just any one, temperature and effect, it will zero these all out. I've got one I have saved as yellow light, which increases the exposure a little bit and adds a yellow tinge. So I'm going to pull on a area over there, but it's actually the reverse I want at the moment. It's affecting the outer edge. I want it to affect the inner circle, so I'll do invert mask. And that's made it a bit brighter. So any adjustments I do now will affect this circle, this oval rather. So for example, if I make it dark, I can make it lighter. So I want to just increase the area around the pier. I want to increase the contrast, so it makes the pier and the ironwork stand out a bit more. I do actually want to increase the yellow slightly, so a bit more of a yellow tinge. And how I could also do that is up by the temperature. So if I change the temperature, you see it's slightly very, well if I make it an extreme then you'll see the difference. I go back to the middle, pull it up a little bit. Okay, so it's not a lot, but it's enough. Increase the exposure a bit more. And so I want it as if it's coming from those clouds onto the actual sea. If I press done, that bit's done. I still think it needs more contrast, so I'm going to whip up the contrast a bit more. And leave a bit more there. A bit too much. You can, even though I've played around with this, you can still make more changes to the actual temperature of the picture. Let's see, far too yellow. Right, the daylight's making it a bit more grey, which is probably what I want. I want to get rid of some of that blue. So what else would happen? Fluorescent. Okay. I want to increase the vibrance and the clarity. Things I need to next. Just looking at what time it's done. Okay, is still remove some of this blue. So down here you've got HSL, which stands for hue, saturation and luminance, and I'm going to play around with the blue. So the blue colour, you see that makes it a bit more purple, a bit more hazy in the top. Okay, if I go to saturation again, if I remove some of the blue, so I'm making it a bit more black and white than the blue, but it's added enough contrast in there for me. And again, the luminance, if I take the blue down, it should darken it to make it quite a dramatic image. I can also click on this little eyedropper, go over to an area I want to work on. So if I put my little cursor over this grey sky, if I hold the mouse down on the left hand side, put it up and down, it's affecting those tones. I'll make it quite dramatic. Then I think I want to paint on a bit more, press done, paint on a bit more sunlight from the sky. So if I go to my brush adjustment, I'm going to keep it on the yellow light, but I'm going to add some more contrast. And I'm just going to paint over this area. That's actually far too white. Don't think I want that. If I actually reduce the exposure and pull back the contrast, actually delete that step and try again. So make the brush a bit bigger. A bit more yellow. Not convinced. That's a bit of warmth, but I think it's too bright. If I increase the exposure and it just looks like a burnt yellow area in the middle of the picture, pull that back. Not quite working. Let's see where that brush is. I click it, pull it down a little bit. Okay. So I've added a bit more of the yellow. The sea now is far too yellow, so if I go back to the hue, luminance and saturation, if I choose just that yellow on that part, yeah, I think that's removed it, but it's made it quite messy. No red in it. If I go to the use of the yellow and decrease it a little bit, increase the orange tones. We're getting there. And then finally I'm going to go to the DA's effect and DA up the other way. And DA's it. So I'm making it far more dramatic. Just trying to see what works best. So if I pull down the highlights, you get more definition with the sunlight and the striations and the, I can never pronounce it, those crepuscular rays, I think it's pronounced. Increase the blacks. I go back to the purple, add a bit more warmth to the picture. I've lost most of the blues. There. It's got a green tinge to it overall though, so if I go back to the, what will happen if I dig a target? Control Z will undo what I've just done. I'll pull it back just a little bit there. This is a bit of trial and error. I don't think there's an exact formula. Some things work, some things don't. Going back to that brush I painted on and actually removing, making it a paler yellow. There. What's it like if I choose a peach colour too, if it was a tinge? Or a tint rather. Get back there. Okay. What else would I do with it? Overall, I think it needs a bit more black. You see that's making it white, that's because it's still working on the brush area. So if I click done, and then work on the blacks. If I pull back the shadows just a little bit, it adds a bit more definition to the actual structure of the pier. If I go down to details, if I increase the sharpening and the masking, you'll see I only want it to sharpen where I've got the straight lines. There. And then finally I'm going to just crop the image. Make it into a bit of a I can't think of a word, a envelope size type of picture, moving the pier more to where the birds are, a bit more sky, leave it like that, and there I'm done, and I'm going to export. So, export. And in a minute it should come up and actually load my picture. And it's thinking about it. Let's cancel that. Let's that. Get rid of that, get rid of the writing. That's my finished picture. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. That's it. Bye.